Now that's strange. What just happened there? Uh-oh. Oh, it says I'm live now. Wonderful. Okay, that was a big delay. Okay. Yeah, I can hear myself. All right, cool. So, as the title says, early morning live stream. I just want to see if there's anybody who's awake during this time. I'm only going to stream for about an hour. I am awake. I am very much awake. Chatting with Mark Stice is awake. I kind of figured you'd be awake because you're up early. But how you doing, man? I've been thinking I need to work on my whenever we do these kinds of streams, I need to work on my intro. I need to make sure I shout people out. So shout out to Chatting with Mark Stice. Great channel. Puts a lot of time and effort into his videos. And you should consider donating to his Patreon too. I actually be meaning to donate too. As soon as I can get a card. Because at the moment, work is only giving us checks. But I will definitely be doing that. Especially considering you got that new studio. You're going to have that studio room. So you already showed me the costume for Count Buddy Lux. So that's going to be fun. Let me change the color palette here. Chatting with Mark Stice.
Yeah.
There he is. What's up?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going? Wait a second. I think I got an echo because I have, hold on. I'm doing something. I'm being stupid. I can't help myself. Hold on a second.
That's all right.
There we go. That's much better.
Oh yeah, I do notice the quality.
So, we're actually in the studio.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, we're actually in the studio. It's not exactly like fully done, but we are in the studio.
Awesome.
I left a lot of things in because obviously Barbara's got to go through stuff that belonged to her dad and stuff. But I got rid of the creepy bed because that really grossed me out and really creeped me out and stuff like that. So creepy bed is gone. End table is moved. I've got a mirror that I can look at myself when I change certain various costumes and stuff like that. So that's set up. We've obviously got the black one here, the black green screen, and of course the green screen. So
yeah,
and stuff like that. So how are you?
I'm good, man. I just got off work and I'm still feeling pretty good. I got a little bit more juice in me left.
Cool. Did you work last night?
Yeah, I worked last night.
Okay.
I plan on doing a stream for Veterans Day, but I was working.
Trust me, it's okay. That is okay.
Well, I noticed there were other ones of our friends that were doing a Veterans Day, and I figured it'd be best if they did one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You kind of will get to realize that there's certain things that you can do that'll really help your channel, such as things that come up annually. A Thanksgiving shout out, a Christmas shout out, New Year's.
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing. And as far as like an intro, it's whatever is you're used to, whatever is comfortable for you. Everybody has their own shtick. Because I studied comedy and stuff like that, I got to learn a lot of different things, and it's more what's natural for you. Like for example, Joan Rivers had a tagline, "Can we talk?" It was just simply because that was something that she naturally said. So it's what feels natural for you, what you're very comfortable in doing or saying, will become your intro, will become your shtick. Yeah,
I love Joan Rivers.
Yeah,
she made it possible for a lot of women to do comedy, actually.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize she started in the '60s. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. She had her own show too.
Hmm.
She was always very pretty too,
Yeah, she had her own
and
show. Yeah.
and she got kicked off Johnny Carson's show. You remember?
Yes, and then she wound up hosting Johnny Carson.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yes, but it also, you can't never stop learning, and a lot of times, I'll say like, look, I'm not the techno wizard. I'm depending on you guys to kind of explain this to me, and hopefully using very small words because I don't know how to do a lot of stuff with the computers. You never stop learning.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Um,
I mean, technology is always going to be different.
mhm.
That's why, I thought for a while the whole YouTube thing, I didn't think that gaming really was going to bring in a lot of people because I stream a variety of stuff,
Yeah,
and you might notice that people that are very successful with that, they stream maybe one game and they're just really good at it.
yeah.
I just like doing it to lose myself in the game,
Yeah, and I kind of do that too because a lot of times when I'm live streaming, it's a little difficult to basically see me because I'm basically standing up, like jumping up and down with the controller in my hand.
Yeah. You were streaming some Skyrim. I saw that.
Yes, it was kind of funny because I was like, "Do I have Skyrim?" Because we have two PS4s. We have one downstairs and one upstairs. And the reason why we have one upstairs is because I kept stealing it on them, So the kids actually got me a PS4, and I was like, "Do we have Skyrim on?" Like, I know we have Skyrim, but I didn't know if I had to load it or anything like that. I was like, "Oh, we have Skyrim," but I was having trouble in the very beginning with various games because that trailer or that intro
Yeah.
was not coming up through YouTube, and YouTube kept giving me video unavailable. So I was like, all right, let's get past the intro, and then let's try to stream it, and that worked out for me.
It did that sometimes with me,
Yeah.
sometimes with me. So that's why you don't see any intros with me anymore.
Yeah, and I kind of had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. It does happen. I mean, I have what, 4 different playthroughs, 2 being Dead is Dead.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Both of those characters are dead, by the way. So, I mean, when I stream Skyrim again, I'm just gonna focus all of my attention on one follower and just not make it super hard like it was. I mean, it was what? Let's see. Vanilla, vanilla is like what it is on the game release.
Yeah.
So it was 1.00 times damage. I had it to 2.05 times damage. So
you kind of cranked it up a little bit.
That's more than twice as much.
Yeah.
So, it was just, even with 2 followers, I made it to level 18, but I just couldn't progress.
Yeah.
I just couldn't progress.
Now,
all I could do was fight bandits and stuff.
Do you prefer games like Skyrim, which is kind of like, okay, here's the game and it just doesn't end?
Yep.
Or do you prefer games that like kind of have like a set beginning and ending?
Yeah, well, I like some story games, but I like open world games mostly.
Okay.
Like any Elder Scrolls games. Mad Max has an ending, but it's also open world.
Oh, okay, cool. So you could either play the story or you could just do the whole open world thing.
Yeah, it's also super easy. You just wait for the mouse to come up and then click, and then he blocks. He does everything else. You just have to face the enemy. It's fun.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I did enjoy Until Dawn. Because I had never played it before, and it was actually I think the audience had a lot more fun listening to me scream as a girl than listening to the characters screaming. It was because they had a lot of jump scares. I'd like to do Five Nights at Freddy's, but I don't know how to do it on my computer because I'm not that computer savvy yet.
Well, yeah, I don't think it requires much out of your computer.
Well, unfortunately, we checked like the internet connection on my computer, and it's really crap. So I I can't stream on my laptop. I'd actually have to use PS4. So until I get a better laptop, I'll be able to stream like a lot more games because I do have a Steam account, and I have a whole bunch of games that I do enjoy. I have everything from like Ant Colony to Star Trek Academy or Starfleet Academy or whatever
Yeah,
it's
Star
called.
Trek. You seem to really be into that.
Oh yeah, well, simply because it was very for me. It was very nostalgic. Now you got to remember, I'm 57, so I grew
Yeah.
up when like video games were like the thing, and I mean, it was not unheard of to take your allowance, even if it was like $10 or whatever, and just get $10 worth of quarters and just keep feeding the machine until you actually beat the game. You know, so for me, I could sit there and play freaking Donkey Kong if you know for hours if I wanted to.
So yeah, I can understand that. You didn't necessarily grow up with video games, did you?
Well,
Like I grew up with video games. So
yeah, the video game thing kind of started in the 70s. So I went from grade school to high school. We had thought Dragon's Lair was like the ultimate friggin' video game, simply because we had never seen like a cartoon version of a video game before.
yeah,
You know?
I saw. I think James Rolfe reviewed that
Oh, okay.
Dragon's Lair thing.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun, you know.
It
So,
was fun.
so for me, it was like very nostalgic. So, playing, I think it was Starfleet Academy, where you get to play a cadet, and you get to go on these various missions and stuff like that. And although the graphics obviously are like crap compared to today, it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing Plants vs Zombies. I don't know if you're familiar with that game, and
I did hear about it. It was on the, I think, for your phone too.
yeah. I just thought it was actually. I'm just going to kind of log into my Steam account real quick. With this computer may take a little bit of time, but there was I can't remember the name of it. It will definitely come to me. It's kind of it's got an upload. It's got a kind of a Greek thing where it's kind of like you could either play the story or you could have like an open world kind of thing where you have to like mine gold and you have to cut down trees and you have to build your civilization. And
Terraria.
no, it's
Real
kind of
world.
a Greek-based world. We could create.
Greek. Okay.
Yeah, you could go to a temple and create monsters, and you could have like centaurs or minotaurs.
Oh yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you literally could send like an army of monsters against an opposing army, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I should really try that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love Greek mythology. I just fell in love with that game, and that's why I mostly like played it most of the time. I got Assassin's Creed Unity, and it was because it was like Egyptian based.
Uh-huh.
I liked it, but they kept the realism to the point of like, okay, this is like kind of killing it for me. And every single time you ended a mission, there was a cutscene. Every time you began a mission, there was a cutscene, and I was like, you're killing me with the cutscenes here. This is really turning me off.
I played Assassin's Creed 2. I don't remember the exact name of it.
Okay. Did you ever play the pirate one? Or have you heard anything?
Black Flag?
Yes. Have you heard anything about Black Flag?
I played the demo and I liked it, but it was at the time I didn't really have a really good computer.
Right.
It came out in 2014, I think, and I was on a laptop, so I didn't have the computer I had now. Yeah.
See, there's a game on Steam called Sea Dogs, which is basically just pirate based. You're in the Caribbean, and of course you could trade, or you could fence, or you could do whatever you want. You could look for treasure, and I was like, okay, I could really get into this. You buy a ship and then upgrade it. And it was like, oh, all right, I'm really, really cool with this.
Yeah, I would say that if you're looking to get a PC built, there, maybe look to a computer store. They could probably help you build one.
Oh yeah, what I'm doing, I'm testing a theory because do you have tea going? I hear a beeping.
Oh no, it's the laundry room.
Oh, okay. I thought Sonny was sending like Morse code or something like that.
No, he normally reacts though. He's all poofy now.
Oh, okay. I forgot what I was going to say. I will come to me. You will learn as you get older and have less hair that senility will just set in, and you will sit there and go, "I have a thought," and then somebody will say something, and you'll say something back, and then you'll be like, "What did I just want to say?"
That's kind of already at some point.
Computers.
I call them brain farts.
Yes, or as I call them, massive idiot attacks. And it's like I can't help myself. I had to have a massive idiot attack. I'm experimenting because the way I grew my channel, because I had so many different things that I got into, I took the subject like Bigfoot because I had several Bigfoot videos and I promoted one of them on Google Ads,
Mm-hmm.
and it really took off, and it drew in a lot of subscribers. But I didn't want just Sasquatch-based subscribers, so I kept bouncing around to different videos. My thought was, well, what happens if I get a video up to 100,000 views? Will that change anything with the algorithm, which I didn't know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm currently doing with the Rodan video that I did when I did the video about Rodan versus the fighter pilots. I kind of did this little montage thing that some people really do seem to like.
Yeah.
And I'm promoting that, and I want to see what happens once I can get that above 100,000 views to see if that kind of changes the algorithm somehow because you had made that mention of like, hey, I've got people who have like clicked on the bell notification and never got notified,
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of tipping point that, all right, we don't know it, but maybe we could take an educated guess on it. So,
Well, they email me, and honestly, I think that maybe it's YouTube hasn't fully figured out live streaming. Maybe that's it.
you think so?
Because you have the amount of subscribers you have, but you streamed for 2 hours sometimes and don't get many people.
Yeah.
It's over. It's like prime time for live streaming. You streamed on weekends, Same thing with me.
Yeah. And that was the thing that Casper had said. It was like, Mark, you gotta stream on weekends. And I'm like, Casper, I'm working 12-hour duty shifts, and by the time I get home, I get out of my gear, get something to eat, I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I don't want to, get on the computer and just go, hey guys, and kind of do a performance kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I very rarely do a live stream on the weekend. It's like I really have to be psyched up for it, or I really have like I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, and it just takes a lot out of me,
Yeah, I understand that. It's like with doing this. At first, I thought I could just do these kinds of streams like what we're doing now, exhausted, and it wouldn't matter. But the thing is what if because like when you get exhausted, you're kind of like at the point where I don't care, whatever. And then whatever word you think of just flies out of your mouth.
Right.
Or at least for me. So that's what I would have to be careful with.
Yeah. See, one of the things, and I may not realize just you and me, but hopefully you don't take the video down, you leave the video up. One of the things I've been experimenting with, because a friend of mine had said to me, so Mark, you're good at what you do. I love the way you can like take a story and just kind of like, piece it together from just another movie or whatever. But you got to give yourself time to rest, to recuperate. You can't keep like making videos on a daily basis because you're burning yourself out. And that's why I did the channel going, hey, I'm going to do a live stream every Monday, every the first and third Monday of the month, and the second and fourth Friday of the month, you're going to get a video. Yeah. So I kind of had a set schedule. But in the meantime, what I'll do is like what I'm doing right now is I'm on your channel doing a live stream with you.
Yeah. Promoting is great for both sides.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of think it works, a little bit, simply because you're going to leave this up. This video is going to be on for hopefully ever. People are going to look at it and they're going to sit there and go, chatting with Mark Stice. Who the hell is this guy? Let me check out his channel.
You can link it if you want.
My channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. That would be super awesome.
See, that's one thing I would have forgotten to say if I didn't mentally prepare.
Okay.
That would probably help. I just noticed there were 4 people watching. That's the best time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now there's 3.
No. Okay.
Honestly, didn't think there would be any.
But people will sit there and just kind of like, all right, what's what's
Oh yeah, it's called lurking. That's what
oh, it's called lurking? I didn't realize there was a name for it.
people on Twitch call it lurking when you stop by the stream and don't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but when you were talking about like growing up with games, I grew up with mostly Mario and Zelda. That was
Okay.
Because I'll be 26 in March,
Okay.
which is young. I mean, I'm younger. Like, so
So are you a millennial or technically a Gen X or
I think Gen X is anybody below 44 or below 44, but also over 44, if I'm not mistaken.
oh, okay.
And then I'm definitely not Z. I guess I'd be a millennial. Yeah, I'd be a millennial. 1994 is millennial, I think.
Oh, okay. There's a link to my channel.
Cool.
Thank you for that. That was very nice of you.
Oh, no problem.
You know.
Yeah, it's like with I do plan on making another channel sometime next year, just talking about how I deal with, because I'm not like a mecca of knowledge or anything, but how I deal with mental issues, how I deal with channels. Like I want to get a GoPro. I might as well just tell everybody my plan, but I want to get a GoPro and make some videos. For example, riding my bike,
Okay.
down.
Now, are we talking like motorbike, or are we talking regular 10 speed or BMX?
Just a bicycle.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, my mom wouldn't let me go on a bike. She's really paranoid about going on bikes because we've lost family members and stuff. But hopefully I'll be able to try it at some point. But,
so GoPro, and then what's next?
GoPro, maybe some GoPro camping, and I could just do I could just do a voiceover of the video, because
that'd be cool.
I've been camping, God, more times to count.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. And because you seem to know a lot about animals and insects and everything else that's out in the wild, I was like, yeah, I could definitely picture you doing camping. So that's not an issue whatsoever. Yeah. So,
and I don't even have to drive hours away. I could just go to, as long as somebody is okay with you being on their property, obviously. But
cool.
It was their camping grounds and stuff. But I want to. Whenever I think of camping, I think of roughing it up in the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
Using a GoPro, and then you can see voiceover, kind of like what you guys do.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be super, super cool. And obviously I've got like the window open, or the window blind going, because you can obviously see the sun, so which I could do about that. I had thought about wanting to get a drone, but I'm kind of afraid that if I spend a couple $100 on a drone, I'm going to crash it and then I'm going to waste the money,
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them.
I've got this reservoir it's called Guy's Reservoir, and it's this huge lake area, and I'm like, gee, an aerial view from a drone would be so cool, So I was like, this might be kind of nice. And every single time I think about it, I'm like, nah, I think I better get a new computer instead,
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'd be paranoid too, because I've seen them in the range from $4,000 to $200.
Yeah. Yeah. I started looking at a couple, and I was like, okay, I think I can see one that's like maybe about $500. And I was like, if I wreck this, I just wasted $500.
That's about a week and a half of work for me. It wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah. Definitely not worth it. So, one of the things that I have noticed, and it's kind of what I'm trying with the next live stream that I have, because a
Mhm.
lot of times, what I'll do is I'll make a list of like 10 things that I might want to talk about. And
Yeah.
then I sat there and I went, what if we just actually had a theme? So, like, for example, my next live stream, which is like next Monday, is supposed to be Star Wars based. So I'm hoping, because I loaded it up with a whole bunch of Star Wars tags,
Mhm.
that I get a whole bunch of Star Wars people in. If not, it'll be like, okay, you guys have any questions about Star Wars, or you guys have any questions about what I do in the clone armor, or you guys want to talk about the new movie that's coming out, or we could just talk about what kind of day you had. Or it just depends. It just depends on how things go.
Yeah, I
You know,
saw that on your scheduled streams. And you know what
yeah.
the funny thing about tags too is I'm wondering if unless you change tags, maybe it does something with that. Like for
It's
example, if I use the same tag over and over again, maybe it's
Mhm.
just repetitive to YouTube and they want to add something
Maybe,
else.
but if, like I said, that's actually Jake. I don't know if you could hear him.
I heard him.
If Oh yeah, that's Jake outside. Um, the Rodan video, just to give you that, if you actually go to that video and go to like the latest comment, one person typed in a comment and said, I typed in Shin Godzilla and I came up with this. How did that happen? And I went, I have no idea. It was, I mean, I tagged everything with Rodan, fighter pilots, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Shin Godzilla wasn't anywhere near in
Yeah.
there. It was like, how did you, I mean, even if you typed it in, how did it come up like at the top of the search engine? That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, you know?
Didn't you have a Godzilla video? Maybe they watched that.
Maybe. I did have a Godzilla video. I did have a Godzilla video on the other channel. So, and I do have my last name tagged on both channels. So maybe that had something to do with it.
Maybe it recommended your channel to him if he saw it, didn't really realize who made it.
Maybe because when I did that particular video was just before Shin Godzilla came out here in the United States, and I was really kind of curious because as far as I was concerned, Toho was taking an immense chance doing a completely different version of Godzilla, and
Yeah.
I applauded them for doing it because it's like, okay, this is definitely just completely out of the norm for what you normally did. So it was like I wondered if this was going to work or not, and
Yeah.
that might have had something to do with it, whereby it was an older video. It had my last name on it or whatever, and maybe the algorithm. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I know that if you sometimes I won't have a notification ticked on it, a video or like a channel,
Okay.
and then I'll just watch an episode, and then for about a week I'm getting recommended other videos that they made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
So I'm wondering what causes that, because I have, like I said, I mean, I've ticked the notification bell, and but then I haven't been recommended their videos, but I've been recommended somebody's video. Somebody's channel. I've only watched one video. Meanwhile, other channel that I tick the notification bell, I watch every video. Or I mean, I've been I guess binge watch, every video. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. It's just that, I mean, we all, are striving, to get that monetization and stuff like that. And yeah, I realized that I've got a lot, but like I said, it was because I used Google Ads.
Yeah.
And it was also because I was like, okay, that Sasquatch video that I made connected with a lot of Sasquatch people. So it really just shot me up. And then it was like, okay, I can't just have a Sasquatch based audience because my channel is not Sasquatch based and I have to get other people in there. So I just kind of waited until I hit that 1,000 mark and then just started experimenting with other videos.
Oh, yeah. I try to experiment with other videos too. Like when I was off for a little over 2 months because of the move, I
Mhm.
just decided, you know, I got my bird with me. I might as well just make a few videos with him,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
just
You
so
know,
that just so that I don't become completely irrelevant. You know?
one, you're not irrelevant. You know, trust me, I sit there and I go, okay, I'm learning something. You
Yeah,
know, because you told me about preening. Did I say it
printing.
right? Preening.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
printing Sonny.
yeah, and
That
I
one
was
got a
like,
lot of
okay,
views.
yeah, and I was like, wow, okay, I learned something. A lot of times people don't know, and again, this is something that I learned about with comedy, that start with what you know. You may not think it's interesting, but trust me, there are 7 billion people in the world today. If you're using a platform like YouTube, which is the second largest search engine there is,
Yeah,
there's somebody else who has the same interest as you. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. If I do start a channel, I'll I don't know if I'll continue with this channel. I'll probably focus my attention on that one, and instead just upload videos like this. You know, because
Okay.
this channel is kind of all over the place in my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm just trying to get it started. Right?
yeah, my channel is the same way, but I mean, I've told you the chatting story. I think you've heard it a bazillion times.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it was like I love doing the Star Wars. I love making the music videos, but if I wanted to talk about something that was important, it was like I got like no views, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting kind of pissed here. And
yeah,
I created the chatting channel, and the chatting channel became my primary channel.
yeah.
And if you're not sure, yeah, I am Italian because I use my hands a lot. So if you don't want me to talk, just say Mark, sit on your hands, and I'll be really quiet.
Dude, I have Hispanic people in my family. I know.
Okay, all right, yeah,
We're I mean, Italy and Greece are. I mean, not Greece, but Italy and Spain. They're like
Mhm.
the language is even similar. So
Oh yeah. And I forgot. I didn't tell you because it's not that I forgot to tell you. It's just that I haven't told you, and I've been wanting to tell somebody. Um, I went on a live stream, and I'm not going to say the person's name or something like that because they obviously do their own live stream, and who am I
uh,
to judge somebody else? But it was kind of really weird because I'm a talker. Yes, since I've been a kid, I've always wanted to be an entertainer, so I don't know when to shut up. Um, but they were on because a lot of times I look for people who might be on StreamYard. So it's like, hey, I can kind of get on. People can get to see who I am and maybe might want to check out my channel.
yeah,
So the host lets on somebody else. It was this woman in her 70s and stuff like that. And it was really, really nice. And she didn't say a word. She just sat there and just kind of like looked into the camera, kind of like, and I would be like, hi, whatever her name was. How you doing? Fine. And she was like, it was like trying to use a crowbar to get like information out of her. So,
yeah,
and I'm like, why did you even come on if you're not going to engage the audience, if you're not going to talk about anything? And it just kind of sucked kind of the energy out of the room. And I was like, you have to go. But some people, to each his own, I suppose,
yeah, yeah. Um, I think well, I think the main reason too is just to focus on like because I've already started streaming on Twitch, but I'm going to upload the video. I already told you that.
Yeah.
But maybe there's actually a whole part of it too, also on Twitch called Just Chatting. I don't know if you heard of that.
No, because I haven't been on Twitch like at all. So,
Oh, okay. Well, there's a part. I think they're trying to be like YouTube sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're trying to compete with. Well, I don't know if they're trying to compete, but when YouTube started the live streaming thing,
Mhm.
and that's when Twitch started the Just Chatting thing because they
Okay.
realized that creators were doing what we're doing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So in
So
a way, I think
I'm
that
wondering
would
if maybe just competition and they're just trying to go too fast that they don't have their own algorithm figured out.
well, also I think it's going to be a really good thing because you got to remember that YouTube was like the only one that was
Yeah.
out there. So from what I heard, like in the very, very beginning, you made, I wouldn't say a really nice piece of change, but you made more than you would normally make now
Yeah.
off of YouTube. And then as YouTube grew, they turned around and they just kind of began to change things, and you don't make as much as you normally do make, So with having Twitch around, I'm just going to move this cord over here because it's bothering me. Having Twitch around, YouTube may turn around and going, we need to save our base, so maybe we need to like bump up their how much we give them and stuff. Because that was kind of one of the reasons why I started the Patreon page, because I was like, okay, my Mac is like, God, 7 years old. Oh my God, Casper is there. Casper is there.
Casper Tuyol.
Casper,
What's up?
Casper.
You want to join, Casper?
Please tell me you're not working. Please tell me. I know you're off on weekends, but please tell me you're not working. Or please.
Those of you that are unfamiliar, Casper Tuyol has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Check out his channel.
Yes, his channel is called Casper Tuyol.
Oh, he's getting ready for work.
Just at least say hi. I mean, you live in Canada. There's lots of snow. Your car is buried in an igloo. Just at least say hi.
Oh, igloo. Hey, how are you guys? Thank you, Danny. It's funny you say that, because the comment I made on his video was, "Damn, Casper, you might as well make an igloo." On his video.
Dan, how is? I mean, it's like freaking 13 degrees here in Indiana. It's cold as hell here in Indiana.
It's pretty cold. I think it was below. They said below freezing, and to be careful because there's ice on the road.
Yeah. So I mean, luckily I'm off, and like Casper, you could be running late. I mean, we won't tell Jen if you just kind of poked your head in and just said, "Hi guys." That's all it would take. Just a quick visual. Hi guys. You click on the link, say hi guys. I gotta go to work.
Here, in case he wants to do that, I'll put the link there.
Yeah, put the link. Just say, yeah, just come on and just say, "Hey guys, how's it going? I gotta go to work. Bye," and then you're done. You got a cameo. You get to see who you are. We'll promote your channel like crazy. You love it.
Oh, I want to say also, we'll work on He Gone next time. We'll try to figure out your He Gone.
He Gone?
He Gone. He doesn't have the southern twang like I do.
Oh, okay.
He wants to get a soundboard of me going, "He Gone," so that he can say it when he gets rid of trolls.
Yeah, has become a really big problem. There has got to be something that we can do, Dan. I mean, I understand what a lot of people have said. Okay, thank you. It needs work. Dark Age Danny restricted the message. Oh, okay.
I know, so because he told me I should delete him.
Friggy.
Apparently, he doesn't want to join. So
doesn't want to join. All right, fine.
Well, I understand how it's like. So sometimes, like when you guys go on, I'm listening, but I've got eyes watching me. So,
I kind of made a suggestion to Casper, because, like I said, kind of doing comedy did help, and it's not that I was a professional comic or anything like that. Yes, I did a few things on stand-up. Yes, I did some ventriloquism and stuff like that, but like Jeff had told me, it takes 7 years to become an overnight success.
Yeah.
So, but the one thing that I learned as far as dealing with hecklers is, one, you've got the mic. Now, with dealing with trolls, as far as YouTube is concerned, we've got the delete button. We've got the block button. And yes, I understand they can make another channel, or God, they might have 5 or 6 channels waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
But worst comes to worst, we just start deleting, Yeah. I made a suggestion to Casper. I said, look, you got OBS. Put up a banner that says trolls deleted and keep a tally. That might get the message across,
Well, that might bring in even more, though. Possibly.
It might, but it would also grow the tally. Tally. Thank you. Trouble with the new tongue. It was just
Yeah, I had a few hecklers when I would sing. I'd go to karaoke
and
sing sometimes.
You're going to get that. And it was just like with stand-up, you do an open mic night, and of course people are already drinking, so their inhibitions are kind of lowered. And it's like,
same with karaoke. Yeah,
it's like, hey, you stink. And it was like, I showered this morning. I'm sorry, I did the best I can. Did I miss someplace? You've got the microphone, so it's not a question of you have to be loud, but it's like, okay, what do? Ventriloquism was funnier because you get drunk people trying to argue with a puppet, and it's funny because I could sit there and go, "Was it me? It was him," and just look totally surprised. And it's like you're getting me into trouble, and people will get really pissed because I
Yeah.
passed strip off to Barbara, going, "Hide this," and people,
Yeah.
"Where the hell's that puppet of yours?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I think he's in the bathroom." I actually had one guy walk into the bathroom because he was so drunk. It was hysterical, you know.
Wow.
So again, some people, you might be able to just say, "Hey guys, look, what's your problem? We're just trying to do something friendly. Why don't you tell me something about yourself?" And you might get somebody who's like, "Well, okay, I didn't think anybody would be interested." And you got people who are just here, "Hey, I'm just here to just make your life miserable." And I'm like, "Okay, block," or okay,
Well,
delete.
it's children that have nothing better to do. It's
Mhm.
I mean, and here's the thing: the majority of, like, you see big channels and stuff.
Yeah,
You don't see, you notice a huge rise, right? Whatever's trending, their algorithm works for them somehow.
yeah,
So, like, I've seen YouTube channels that blew up all of a sudden within a year, but then you said it takes 7 years to become an overnight success.
Mhm.
That got me thinking. Maybe he meant by that was like it'll last for a really long time.
yeah.
Because it's different than somebody blows up and then they're making lots of money for a few years and then they just die down.
Like kind of like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, like a few Twitch streamers I have in mind.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of them, but
Well, and it was kind of like I follow Markiplier a lot, simply because I love his channel. I love some of the things that he's done, and I've done a little bit of research, and I realized that he cranked out videos like crazy, and he had people that were working for him that he wasn't really too nice to, which he really felt really bad about later on, but it was a situation of he kind of, I don't want to say exploded the gaming thing, but he exploited it to his advantage is what he really, really did.
yeah,
He just kept doing all these stream videos and stuff like that, videos from Steam and stuff, and it was kind of like, okay, this was interesting.
didn't he make that video where he was talking about how a bunch of his people got banned for posting emojis or something?
Yeah, because YouTube was doing the thing of you can't post emojis anymore, and Markiplier did a video whereby you would pick like red or green, and that's where the video would go. So people were posting like emojis like crazy, and quite literally, because he's got 24 million subscribers, and
Yeah,
literally hundreds of his subscribers were like instantly, like not just the YouTube channel, the Google account, everything. So I guess his moderators, because he's got mods, realized what was going on and let him know. So Markiplier got in touch with YouTube because he's got 24 million subs. So I guess
Yeah.
it kind of works for YouTube. And it was like, look, we got to do something because, it was because of this video that these people, we got hundreds of people,
See you later, Casper.
Bye. Igloo, remember? It's just
Igloo.
that's the problem with we can get away with, look, there's 6 inches of snow. I can't get out of my development.
No,
It's like, hey, are you in Georgia now or you're in Tennessee?
Tennessee,
Yeah, you're in Tennessee. I don't know.
outside of Chattanooga.
Okay, I don't own a snowmobile. It's simple.
No, I don't either.
It's like there's nothing we can do. I can't get into work.
Well, ATVs will work in snow if you put chains on the tires, I think.
True, but he's in Canada.
Yeah,
You
Canada.
can have 6 feet of snow. They're still going to expect you to come into work.
That is
and-
crazy.
But again, you have to think about it. It's like, imagine us trying to drive in the snow, like zipping all over the place, sliding and skidding all over the place.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, him and Jen are just no problem.
Well, we don't have special tires either.
Yeah,
I mean, they probably have tires that are made for that.
that's actually would be a good question. Would be nice to actually kind of.
Well, I tried to look at his tires on that video where he was scraping the snow off the car.
Uh-huh.
I should have commented because I guess it slipped my mind.
Yeah, that might actually be, a because I had asked him one time because I made the whole flamethrower joke,
Yeah.
Somebody had told me that in Alaska, the highways are heated, so that way there's no snow.
Yeah.
Now according to Casper, like especially in Canada, you can have your sidewalk heated, but it's extremely expensive.
Hmm.
It's super, super expensive. I guess you flip on a switch, and there are heating coils under the concrete or whatever, which will heat it obviously above 32 degrees to melt the snow. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about something like that. So it was kind of like, wow, I wonder, you know, what do you guys do when you get all that snow? Because
Well, yeah, and if it's a big state like Alaska, they're obviously doing that because they have no choice.
yeah, because a friend of mine told me that I don't know how it is in Chattanooga. Do you guys have like metered parking anywhere inside the city?
Yeah, well, not really. We mostly have like 2 hour or 4 hour parking,
Okay,
and if you don't, you pay a fee.
right. A friend of mine had told me, and I assume it's true because it makes sense, but I've never known this to be true.
Yeah.
That they have like where it looks just like a meter, except it's a plug, and
Savannah had some meter areas.
okay, and you can
Yeah.
plug like a heater to your car
Mhm.
or something like that to keep the engine from freezing and stuff
Wow.
like that. So I was like, wow, okay, that does make kind of sense.
Oh God, my car engine would probably, I'd probably have to heat that thing up for an hour before I could go. If
Well-
I was in Canada right now,
Yeah. What kind of car do you
2002 Honda Accord.
have? Okay.
So it's not. I mean, it's a reliable car, very
Mhm.
reliable, and it's actually, in my opinion, big for a car.
Mhm.
But
I've got a Chevy Accord, so I mean, I've got a small car too, So yeah.
well, it's not like it's when I say big, is sometimes it takes. If there is a parking area, I've seen, like for example, I've seen somebody in a what are they called, the Mercedes.
Oh, really?
Somebody in Mercedes was parked next to me, and then it was harder for me to get out than them to get out. They
Wow.
had maybe about 1.5 feet of space more than I did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a nice car.
Yeah.
And
What color?
it's black.
Okay.
It's kind of blackish, bluish.
All right. Yeah, 'cause I've got actually red. I was like, I basically will own a car until it actually dies and go, all right, I have to get a new car.
Yeah. This car, this car, my dad got for me, and then I made payments on it.
Okay. Cool.
So I've already paid it off.
That's cool.
It's amazing because iPhones. I was telling in my last stream
Mm-hmm.
that to Steven and Steven Prescott and Hana Gamer, that the newest iPhone I think is about what, $1,300.
Are you serious?
Apparently, I looked it up.
Wow.
That's the same amount as my car, probably
Wow.
$1,300.
Oh my God.
Newest iPhone. Let's see, because I want to see too. Okay, well maybe I was wait. Hold on. Latest Apple phone. What is the latest Apple phone? 11 Pro.
Which is I think he's got, right? That's what Gamer has?
No, I think he has the 7.
Okay.
He's got the 7.
All right, but how much is an 11?
I'm trying to figure that out. It said monthly payment. It's just showing monthly payments. I'm looking at newest iPhone 11 price. $999. Oh, and iPhone XS Max is $1,099, and for a 256 gigabyte, it's $1,449.
Oh my God.
So plus tax, that would probably add up to about 1,700 something.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I can even show you the screen share. You want to see it?
Yeah, please.
This is the price of it. There it is. You see that?
Hold on. Oh, I do now. Yes. Wow.
Look at that. I remember
$14.99.
my first phone, I think, was a Razr. Was a
Oh,
Razr,
really?
Motorola Razr.
Yeah.
And that was only like $100.
Wow.
Wasn't expensive at all.
I remember when I got my first droid. There was people laughed at me for a month, and I was like, "Oh, the Clone Wars fanatic got a droid, huh?" But I basically had to tell the younger officers, "All right, guys, how do I use this stupid thing?" You
Yeah.
know, they're like, "Really, Lieutenant? You don't know?" And I'm like, "Just leave me alone and teach me how to use this goddamn thing," you know, because I had no idea. I literally was like, I'm just lost. What do I do? You know, and it's like, well, it'll do anything you want it. That doesn't help me. Let's start with basics. Start with ringtones and then work our way up. You
I
know,
don't even remember who made the droid because I think the iPhone was already out, wasn't it?
yeah, the iPhone
Like
was
the
already.
iPhone 3 or something.
Mhm. You know,
And they were so tiny. Now they're getting bigger and bigger.
yeah, and it's kind of funny because um, one of the first cell phones that I actually remember was something called the Brick. You could probably look it up.
My
Um,
dad had that.
okay, so you know what I'm talking about, which was this
The one
big.
you had to carry in your bag in a bag.
Yeah,
And
it,
it had
it,
a
it
flyer.
almost looked like a modern version of a walkie-talkie. Is what it looked like a military two-way radio type thing. You
Yeah.
know, and it was like that was the first time I saw that was I was a kid and this was in New Jersey. We were at the beach, and this person was walking up and down the beach, and he's talking on this freaking brick which had this large freaking antenna. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
It's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
if you can imagine how, that's why I try not to complain if there's some money lost for me. It's okay because you could just imagine if somebody needed to make a call, they had to put money in a payphone.
Yeah.
And on top of the phone bill they probably already have.
Yeah, probably.
And
Yeah.
like my dad told me, well, no, not my dad, my uncle. He told me that in the 90s, they had these things at stores where you had to pay $3 just to listen to the intro of a song.
Wow.
I forgot what they were called.
Jukeboxes.
Jukeboxes. Well, no, not jukeboxes. They were like, you put the headphones in and you paid $3 and you listened to maybe 3 minutes of
Oh, a song?
different varieties of songs, but it was only 3 minutes. Maybe it was something in the inner cities that they did.
Might have been, yeah. Can you give me like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, be right back.
Okay.
Try not to trip over cords.
It's an interesting morning. It was pretty easy morning. I just stocked shelf. Well, I didn't stock anything today. We just had to make everything look nice and pretty. But I think the two people watching are just me and Mark. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll play a little Mad Max later. I'm not sure. But I put the link to all my YouTube channel, my Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram is in the description. So, no, I should probably eat my hash browns and go to bed after this. The thing is, though, if I go to bed now, I'll probably wake up at around 5 p.m. Probably 5 p.m. It's going to be kind of a long day tomorrow. But I think we've only got 1,200 pieces, so it shouldn't be that bad. Because I didn't order anything. What time is it now? 8:54. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I really need to get new glasses. These are all scratched up. You might notice I wear my contacts when I play games and stuff. I don't know why, but I just feel I have to. But there you go. Now I'm yawning. So there's more There's more of an instant that I need to go to sleep. Maybe I'll just chill and watch movies or something. Watch a movie. Because I work tomorrow and then I'm off for a day and then I work, I think, 2 more days. And then I'm off. And I think it's the same schedule. I want to try to after the holidays are over because obviously I don't think it can be helped too much. But I'm gonna try to ask my boss if I can have a set schedule. Like, for example, I'd rather be off on days where it's not that hard. I'd rather have an off day if it's a set schedule than just have random days that you're off. Because if I have a routine, it would be a lot easier to do this kind of stuff. I mean, like live chatting like I'm doing now. But, I mean, it's like I said, I do want to make another channel just based on getting out there in the world, exploring. So this is sort of testing the waters. Haven't had any trolls today. I guess they're not up early, huh? Always up at night after school, right? There you go. More proof that trolls are always 9 times out of 10 they're kids. They're just trying to be cool. I think the more you talk about them, though, the more they come in because they hear you and then they think, "Oh, we're ignoring them." It's kind of like that's why I just ignore them when they show up. I'm wondering if they're just targeting channels, though, that they're doing this sort of thing.
I am not loud. I am simply vocal. I'm very vocal. I am very. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Mark. Hey, I mentioned something that I kind of had a realization.
What's that?
Did you notice there's no trolls right now?
Yes. Is it because they're all sleeping?
See, it's not school time yet.
Okay. That's right. That's right.
Because at night, it's after school, and they're waiting for mommy to say it's time to eat dinner.
Ah, okay.
So they're just bored, and they're on YouTube.
Okay, I see.
Can you imagine a grown man doing that? It's got to
Actually,
be somebody who's like 15, 16, you know?
well, generally, but I actually there was one chat that I was on. I mean, I had like up to like
Yeah.
50 people watching or something. I was really excited, and this is like going back into like the spring and summertime or whatever when I first started streaming. And it was funny because I figured, let me just check out some of these people who what their channel was like, because
Excuse me.
I was well, maybe they might want to subscribe, or if I subscribe to them, they'll subscribe to me. So I check out this one guy's channel, and I come to find out that he's basically a troll. What he basically does is he videos other people doing live streams, especially small YouTubers, and then gets in touch with his friends and go, "Hey, jump on this guy's channel. Let's watch his reaction because the number will grow." And I'm like, "You little bastard!"
That's why I don't acknowledge him.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, I see what you did there. That was mean," you know.
Well, they could say something positive maybe instead of being racist and being vulgar.
Sometime we're gonna encounter all sorts of people. You know, we are definitely going to encounter literally all sorts of people. I got a thing that I do.
Yeah.
Like, because I got a couple of videos on the homeless, and I did one particular video where I get people who are just like bashing them like left, right, and center. And I was like, guys, some people actually do not have a choice. It's not that they can't get a job. It's like, if you've been living in the same clothes for a month and a half, who's going to let you inside the door for an interview? You know?
Well, imagine being mentally ill too.
Yeah.
Like autistic. Because I have Asperger's, but it's not to the point. I mean, it just means your brain's wired differently, right?
Yeah.
So their brain's wired differently, but there was no one there to guide them, possibly.
Yeah.
So if there's no one there to guide them, then what are they supposed to do?
Exactly.
And the guy, it's not like the government's gonna notice.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, you know that. I know that with my uncle who. He was trying to get help from the government, but then the thing is people who are kind of well off are still getting government funding.
Yeah.
But then people like him that need it because he's disabled
don't get it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with credit. I don't know.
It may also have to do with greed too, Dan. Like sometimes you have to be a little honest. Sometimes you have to be just a little bit honest.
Yeah. Greed. I would say so.
You know,
I mean, let's look at the bankers.
Mhm.
The bankers are making a killing.
Yeah.
Or the bankers that have their own, or they have kind of a pocket of people that they'll say, well, we just want to help you save money. But then on the other hand, where's their money coming from?
Yeah.
Nobody really knows. So
Exactly. You know. So, what are your future plans? What are you going to be doing with like your next video? Are you just going to be sticking with what you're doing with the gaming and the live streams, or do you have any other plans?
yeah, pretty much this until I figure out, until I have the time after the holidays when it's not so busy. I
Right.
want another channel, like putting work into the videos and stuff.
Right. Right. You know.
And doing this, I've been testing the waters. I like doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is really cool. I think you should do more with the animals because I think that's something you're very comfortable with. I really,
Well,
really do.
You saw I foster a cat. I
Yeah.
fostered 2 cats. So if I make videos revolved around that, maybe.
Which I think will be good.
But maybe make it look nice and professional.
Yeah, which again, you think you've got that kind of talent. With the cats, because the one cat didn't have like the hair on like the back end or the
Yeah.
hindquarters. Is there anything you can do for something like that, or does it just have to grow back naturally, or it does not grow back at all?
When we went to the vet, I got some lotion, some special
Okay.
lotion to put on them.
Uh-huh.
It's the same. You can use it for all animals. You can use it
Oh,
on
okay.
birds.
All
But I've been putting it on his neck, and it's been growing back.
Good.
Yeah.
Because again, that might be something that people might be interested in or might watch.
Yeah, I keep him in the separate room though when I'm sleeping because I'm allergic to cats.
Yes, yeah, I kind of saw that.
But when I'm sleeping, especially like right now, he's just sitting over there, not bothering anybody.
Mhm.
But I can't have him near my face.
Right.
And when I did that on the video, that was a mistake because I had him on my shirt. He got on my shirt,
Yeah.
didn't wash my hands, and then I probably touched my nose or my
Yeah.
because your nose has senses too.
Oh yeah, and you were suffering just a little bit there.
I noticed that. Lesson learned.
Oh yeah, lesson learned.
What are your plans besides? You said you were going to do a Star Wars live stream, I think, right?
Yeah, the which will be Monday. We're going to do the Star Wars live stream. In fact, I see you got 3 likes here, so we're going to make it 4. So there we go. So I'm going to keep to the schedule. I just what I'm testing out is one, I don't want to burn myself out. So doing a live stream the first and third Monday and doing an upload the second and fourth Friday, everybody gets something to see once a week. So that's good. In the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm going on like live streams like yours. My Casper, of course, What's Up and Fam is, I just did a video for him and stuff like that.
I saw that.
Yeah, he's got a really interesting channel, and he's a real interesting guy because one, he's a former cowboy. He has muscular dystrophy, so he's wheelchair bound. He's been in a wheelchair for 9 years. And he's got one of the most positive attitudes I've ever seen in my entire life. So when he's on, it's kind of wonderful to just kind of like, okay, let me just kind of enjoy myself, and I can go on there and hi, how you doing? A lot of times, like on the weekends, because I'm stuck at work for 12 hours, if Tony's on, I'll flip him on and I'll listen to him and I'll comment if I can. If I've got to go because I've got to go do a patrol something or I got to check something out at the hospital, I could just go, Tony, I'll be right back. I got to do cop stuff. And he understands that I got to step away for a few minutes. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, but I'll eventually come back. So I'm set. I've got a set schedule, but I'm still on the internet talking with other people like I'm talking with you and making connections,
Yeah. The good thing is, there is going to be negativity, but positivity is always contagious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Always going to be positive people.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be positive people. You're always going to get toxic people, but I kind of look at it from the standpoint of, and it goes back to my horseman days when I had horses in Jersey City, because people were like, "Well, you can't ride a horse," and I'm like, "Well, apparently I can." And it's, well, you don't know anything about a horse. I've got 20 people who are teaching me, so apparently I'm learning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the situation of, okay, let me get this straight. I've got like X number of videos and you have none. Yet you're gonna school me on the fact that I have a crummy channel. Sorry, the math just it's not there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I like horses. I think they're very pretty animals, you know.
Yeah, I loved being a horseman. Duchess was
How long were you a horseman?
about 10 years.
10 years?
I started when I was 30 years old,
Wow.
getting on a horse, and it literally just kind of broke me out of my shell.
Yeah.
I was very quiet, very timid, very shy, and getting on a horse, learning something. I mean, because it was Jersey City, and it's like there's like 250,000 people in Jersey City. No one owns a horse, so it's like 20 people in all of Jersey City that own horses, and it was like I'm doing something that most of the population can't.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I didn't have the money to take care of a horse. I didn't have the money to afford a horse. It was like I was willing to shovel shit or stalls.
I did that. It's not fun.
Yeah,
Well, it's not that it's not fun. It just stinks,
right. But
and
hold
then
on,
you
let's-
smell like it at the end of the day.
well, yeah. Where's my little? What am I? Oh, there it is. I gotta kind of plug in here, Dan, because if not, we're gonna lose the connection because the computer just came up with, "Hey, battery power is low." Like, okay,
Oh, okay.
plug in here real quick. But yeah, I was willing to shovel clean stalls, you know, brush down the horses and stuff like that, and going down to the barn once a week became 3 times a week. 3 times a week became every other day. Every other day became every single day. And before you know it, I had a horse, you know, and I was literally able to afford rent, and I was able to, you know, go out and buy hay and grain and stuff like that. Learn what I needed to learn to feed them, to take care of them, to worm them. That was kind of interesting. I don't know if you've ever had to worm an animal before, you know.
Worm?
Yeah, it's because horses eat grain most of the time. You got to
You
make
mean
sure.
like blood tests.
Well,
They don't have
not
heartworms.
like heartworms, but actual like stomach worms.
Oh.
So you kind of have to make sure because they're eating grain that they don't get any worms. So
Oh, I see. Yeah.
there's a wormer that you have to feed. You have to give a horse, which is basically like a tube with paste in it, and you basically just squirt it in, hold their mouth until they swallow, and they're good for like 3 months. And you gotta worm them at least every 3 months just to make sure that they don't get any like
Yeah. Any kind of like worms or diseases. Yeah.
exactly, you know.
Yeah. The funny thing is, you know, that's like with birds. I'm like that with birds. I had mostly budgies, and I had we had my dad has ducks. He just got 4 ducks. He wants to get some duck eggs later on because they're only about what? They're only about 2 months old right now, and they've already left. They've already gone to the pond, and they'll come back and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And at one point, we wanted to have some doves, but the cage wasn't. The cage wasn't on par with the city.
Oh,
So
okay.
they wouldn't let us have doves, so we got some rabbits. So we've always had some kind of
Animal.
random animal.
And again, that's really, really, really cool.
Yeah. With and like with all birds, like a lot of people don't know, but you know, budgeriegers,
Mhm.
the parakeets.
Yeah.
They can talk too. Just about all birds can mimic. A lot of people don't know that, but maybe the only bird that I would say could mimic you pretty very well is the finches.
Okay.
They probably have an issue with that. But
Yeah, and finches are pretty small, aren't they?
they're tiny.
Yeah, they're
Even
really,
if they could mimic, you probably couldn't hear what they'd probably be talking about. It really is true. The tinier the bird, the faster they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of nice because out here we have some hummingbirds, but God forbid they get stuck on like chewing gum and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to, you know. I actually had to take a hummingbird over to a vet because I really was afraid of, you know, look, if I do this wrong, I'm going to rip the poor thing's little leg off and stuff. You really don't want to do that.
You got stuck on a piece of gum? That's
Yeah.
what happened?
You get stuck on a little.
Spiders will eat them too.
Really?
Spiders, praying mantis. Yeah.
Wow.
That's sad. Was it okay? What kind of hummingbird was it?
I have no idea. I didn't know that there were so many species of hummingbirds, but I basically kind of took them over to the vet and was like, please do something. And like,
Yeah.
you're not going to keep him, are you? I'm like, no, I'd like to be able to set him free, but I'd like to be able to get the gum off of his foot so he can actually go and live a normal, healthy hummingbird kind of life.
Yeah.
You know?
I
So
remember. Yeah.
the vet did what it could, and then just released him out you know, out into the wild again. You know, the only difference is that I kind of moved the hummingbird from point A to point B, so hopefully
Yeah.
not get too lost. You know,
Hopefully not. I mean, was there a lot of cars around the place, or did he have some woodland to go?
yeah, it's a wooded area.
Yeah, he's probably okay. Hummingbirds are flock animals,
Oh, okay.
so they'll normally unless they're mating. If they're mating, they'll stay in pairs for a long, long time.
Oh, okay.
Flocking in.
Sweet. What else do we have out here? We have hawks. We've got
We have hawks. Yeah.
we have golden eagles. We don't have bald eagles, but we have the brown eagles.
Uh huh.
So
Oh yeah.
they've got a pretty nice wingspan. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what kind of hawk we have, but we do have barn owls, and I think we have horned owls. I'm not sure, but I've definitely seen barn owls. You know, barn owls are pretty cool.
If you do have horned owls, you probably do. I mean, if you have horned owls, you probably won't notice them because that's the whole point. That's why they blend in so well.
Yeah.
I saw one horned owl in my lifetime.
Oh, really?
How hard they are to find, but I see red-tailed hawks all the time. You just look up in the tallest trees, and that's yeah.
Cool.
There's one that hangs out in the tree next to my condo.
Oh, really?
Yep, and I don't know if it's a male or a female. I didn't get a good look, but
Maybe you can get a video of them.
I had a video of him, and I don't know what I did with it.
Huh?
It was either on my old phone or because I got a new phone since then because my old phone broke. So I don't remember if I put it on one of my flash drives because I got like 4 of them.
Ah, okay.
But once I go through them, I might find the video. Hopefully,
Okay, cool.
lost footage.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what you could call it, lost footage. I started using my community tab a little bit more. You know,
Yeah.
simply because I was like, sometimes people need a laugh, and I posted an old '80s video that I thought was funny, and I was like, this for some people this might not be funny at all.
Yeah.
There was a comic. Her name was Julie Brown. I'm sure she's still alive, but in the '80s, she was very, very popular. She did a lot of Valley Girl things. But she did one song that was called "The Homecoming Queen's Got a Gun," and this was the '80s, so this was well before Columbine and stuff like that. And I was like, I remember the video, and I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. And I posted it, and then I was like, you kind of get that afterthought of this might not have been the best thing to post. And I was like, let me just see if anybody comments. If somebody doesn't like it, I could always take it down, And then of course I posted a couple of things on Family Guy, which I thought were amusing,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is, I feel like in order to grow with YouTube, you have to appeal with your audience.
Yes.
And I don't know if like for example, a lot of times with going back to streaming games and stuff, they stream a certain game and they do that. There are people that do only that game because it's like an online games and stuff.
Yeah.
And they do that because that's what their audience wants to see. But what if I don't want to do that?
Right.
Then it's not worth it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like with YouTube, I feel like maybe I could do some videos on gaming, but with my other channel, focus on getting out there, because getting out there and kind of what you did with horses, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Understanding that talking to someone face to face is also very important.
Yes. Very, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot you could do, and again, I kind of go back to the comedy thing, because it's kind of what Judy Carter had said. It's like, focus on yourself. What is it that you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do a video on, simply because that's what you know, that's what you're interested in, that's what your passion is. So emotion or that connectivity
Hmm.
is what's going to drive the video, you know?
Yeah. I was also thinking that really they're really small towns, like
Mhm.
small areas of town in Tennessee,
Mhm.
and there's also caves. And I've never
Okay.
tried splunking. That's what it's called. I've never tried that. And
Okay.
I'm familiar with how it works. You got to make sure you have a long rope.
Okay.
I got to go in a second because
Okay.
neighbor just left. But
Ah,
um, basically, what I was getting at was
cave exploring.
See, that happened to me. Cave exploring. I'm familiar with you got to make sure that you have a stake at the entrance of the cave, tie a rope, and at best, if you go the first time, have somebody with you
Right.
walking out in the cave, standing in the cave, so that people don't untie the rope because there
Yeah.
are actually people that do that.
Really?
It's insane.
Wow.
Apparently, there are people that do that. So,
Unbelievable.
but the Appalachian Mountains, that's where the caves are.
Nice. So, how far are you away from the Appalachians? I mean, like mile wise, how many miles?
The heart of the Appalachians, probably about an hour and a half.
Okay, so that's pretty
Yeah.
close.
But there are caves that are within driving distance. I mean, everything's driving distance, really. But there are caves that are within, like maybe 30 minutes away from here.
Cool. Very, very cool.
So I thought that would be cool.
Mhm. Definitely.
Obviously, got to be safe, you know.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to either need a light source or something.
Yeah, bat spray because
And-
bats will nick you, and then you might get rabies.
Oh, nice.
It happens
Wow.
because they're rodents.
Yeah. Wow. So, all right. So should I let you go now, or because you got to go, or?
Well, if you have anything else you want to say, go ahead and say it. I always let other people get the last word.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I had a fantastic time. I look forward to the next time you're on. So hopefully I can join you again.
Yeah, it was an hour and 18 minutes.
So yeah, we
flew
chatted
by.
for a while. We
Yeah.
chatted for a while. All right. So I guess I will talk to you later.
All right. See you later, Mark.
Take care, buddy.
Everybody subscribe to his channel.
And bye.
Bye. See you later.